Imagine this. You place a trade, it goes in your favor. Instantly, you feel smarter, sharper, even invincible. You tell yourself, I read the chart right. I knew this would happen. Now let's replay that exact moment. This time, the trade goes against you. Your explanation changes. You start saying, the market was manipulated. It was news. It was just bad luck. But what if I told you that in both situations, you were probably wrong about why it happened? And what if I told you that the one thing you're missing, the one thing almost every trader misses, is how randomness is constantly fooling you? That's the message behind one of the most dangerous books traders ignore, Fooled by Randomness by Nassim Taleb. And tonight, inside Trading Rebels, we're going to expose how randomness has been running your trading decisions without you even realizing it. Let's start with the ugly truth. Most traders do not win because they're skilled. They win because randomness hands them temporary victories. And because we humans are wired to assign meaning to everything, we quickly mistake luck for skill. Think about the trader who strings together 5 wins in a row. He begins to feel like a genius. He adds more size, takes more risks, tells others he's cracked the code, and then suddenly he blows up his account. Was he skilled before? No. Was he foolish after? Not exactly. He was simply fooled by randomness. Now, here's where it gets personal. Taleb warns us that we are blind to alternative histories, meaning for every winning trade you took, there were countless possible outcomes where you could have lost. But because the one version you experienced was a win, you create a narrative that it had to happen that way. You ignore the branches of probability that didn't materialize. This is the same trap that makes traders look at their past wins and think they were inevitable, rather than fragile outcomes of chance. Let me make it interactive. Think back to your last winning streak. What story did you tell yourself about it? Did you call it skill? Did you credit your strategy? Or did you pause to consider that maybe you were simply aligned with randomness for a brief moment? I'm not here to undermine your wins. I'm here to protect you from the arrogance that randomness breeds. Because arrogance is what makes traders double down when they should scale back. It's what makes them confuse luck for repeatable structure. Taleb also introduces the concept of survivorship bias. Imagine 100,000 traders starting with $10,000 each. By pure probability, some of them will flip heads 10 times in a row and turn that into a fortune. These traders then write books, give interviews, and sell courses saying they discovered the secret. But what about the 99,900 who failed? They disappear quietly, leaving you with the illusion that the survivors had skill, when in fact they were simply the visible result of randomness. This should terrify you, but also liberate you, because it means that you can stop idolizing random winners and start focusing on building structural skill. Now, ask yourself, how many of your trading idols are actual survivors of randomness? How many would you still admire if you saw the full sample of traders who never made it? Most traders only see the survivors and copy their surface-level behavior, never realizing they're imitating luck, not structure. This is why Fooled by Randomness is such a devastating book for traders. It rips away the illusions you cling to and forces you to ask, am I actually skilled, or am I just riding the temporary wave of probability? Here's the hard part. Your brain is wired to resist this truth. You desperately want to believe that your wins were earned, that your good streaks mean something deeper, that your intuition is sharper than others. But the more you indulge that belief, the more you set yourself up for collapse. Randomness is seductive because it flatters your ego. It whispers, you're special, you're chosen, you figured it out. But the market doesn't care about your ego. The market rewards and punishes based on structure, probability, and timing. Randomness just happens to sometimes dress up like skill. This is why Taleb insists on humility. Not humility as weakness, but humility as survival. To admit randomness exists is to strip away your false confidence and replace it with intentional design. When you acknowledge randomness, you stop expecting the market to reward you every time. You start respecting risk. You stop chasing streaks. You design systems that can survive randomness instead of being destroyed by it. That's where intentionality comes in. That's where the doctrine of trading rebels collides with Taleb's philosophy. because here we don't play the victim of randomness. We build structures that thrive even when randomness attacks. Let me illustrate. Imagine you're tossing a coin with a 50-50 chance. If you flip it 10 times and win 7, your brain tells you that you're above average. But in reality, the laws of probability tell us that streaks like that will happen naturally. It means nothing about your future ability. Now replace the coin with a trade. 7 wins in 10 looks good, but is it repeatable? That's the question randomness forces you to face. A rebel trader never asks, "Did I win?" He asks, "Is this repeatable within structure?" That's the difference between being fooled and being intentional. So how do you protect yourself? First, you must kill the story in your head that every win validates your genius. It doesn't. It validates nothing unless it's repeatable under structure. Second, you must understand that randomness cannot be eliminated, only managed. You will always face unexpected outcomes. Your job is not to predict them, but to design for them. Third, you must learn to separate process from outcome. A good process can lead to a bad outcome. A bad process can lead to a good outcome. Only over time does the truth reveal itself. Randomness clouds the short term. Structure clears the long term. Now let's get deeper. Taleb shows us that humans are narrative-driven creatures. We hate randomness because it feels chaotic. So we invent stories after the fact to explain what happened. In trading, this is called hindsight bias. You see a chart, you place a trade, it goes your way, and you tell yourself you knew it would happen. You didn't. You assigned a story after the fact. This is one of the deadliest traps in trading psychology because it feeds your confidence without feeding your structure. The more stories you tell, the less disciplined you become. So let me challenge you. Go back through your last 20 trades. Strip away the story. Don't write why you thought it happened. Just record the structure you followed and the result. Look for repeatability, not justification. That's how you train yourself to see randomness without being enslaved by it. That's how you move from reactive trader to intentional model maker. And here's the final truth Taleb leaves us with. Randomness isn't just dangerous. It's invisible. You can't see it. You only see its effects. Like the wind, you feel it in your account balance, in your emotions, in your confidence. But you can't hold it, can't predict it, can't master it. That's why most traders lose. They fight randomness instead of designing for it. But rebels? We build structures that account for randomness. We understand that survival is more important than prediction, that resilience beats arrogance, that humility is not weakness, it's weaponized awareness. So next time you win, pause. Ask yourself, was that structure or was that randomness? And next time you lose, don't justify it away. Ask yourself, did randomness punish me or did my lack of structure expose me? When you ask those questions consistently, you start to see the market differently. You stop being fooled. You stop being the victim. You become the intentional trader. If this episode struck a nerve, it's because randomness has been running more of your trading than you're willing to admit. And that's okay. Awareness is the first step to transformation. But rebels don't stay aware. Rebels act. So here's your action step. Comment below with your last win or loss, and tell me honestly, was it structure or was it randomness? And if you're ready for more truths traders don't want to face, hit that subscribe button because the next book we break down will expose even deeper illusions. Welcome to Trading Rebels, where we strip away the lies and build intentional traders.